Alright guys, welcome back to the second set of tonight. I'm EGAD, going to be joining here's Blaze, and we're going to be taking on Leviathan versus NoT.TodaY. And after a bit of a break, finally get to go to cast. How you doing, Blaze?
Doing really well, man. Looking forward to seeing these two teams in action. NoT.TodaY versus Team Leviathan. We've got some really nice team composition coming in from NoT.TodaY. They had some issues recently in their last series. They got taken down 2-0 up against Complexity. But overall, I think there's a lot of potential in this team when they figure out who their last support is going to be. The one thing is they have been rotating around into stand-in status for one of their supports. There's one that kind of was a Smurf account, like completely private, only 4 games to its name. And that support player was doing pretty well, but maybe unavailable at certain points in time, or they're just trying different things. But as it stands right now, we've got a lot of good core play coming in from Smash, Ifrit, and Van, and they really just need to get their support bearings underneath them. Leviathan, on the other hand, overall, just all around, really solid team with some great synergy and some interesting strats.
Yeah, recently they moved into their house, and that's got to help out quite a bit. I'm not sure if everybody's there. I think maybe 1 or 2 people might be missing, but yeah, that should be fun to see how well they improve from that and go on further. We got the bands flying on through the Chen, the SF, Bad Rider, and Juggernaut. Haven't seen a Juggernaut band in a little bit, but that means Leviathan snag up the Troll, but NoT.TodaY get the Axe Sniper combo.
Yeah, nice little combo there. We see any hero that can create a buffer for Sniper is going to be bringing out some real potential. You can see Earthshaker, Axe, and Clockwork as 3 major heroes that'll do that. And yeah, in this case, he's just going to be shooting away, trying to keep his distance so that he doesn't get really gone on by the Troll Lord, who's more of an anti-carry here. He's going to be whirling axes, he's going to be bashing, and Sniper, he would not like to be as far away from that as possible, but worst case, he can still kind of man-fight with this, the help of the Axe, as well as the fact that Headshot does give him a little bit more true strikes. It's going to be just about his positioning in the fights for now. Troll Warlord, Earthshaker. I mean, that's pretty standard from what you'd expect. Like, we might see Troll mid instead of safe lane, but he's going to be pushing down towers. Earthshaker's going to be maybe roaming on mid a little. Otherwise, pretty clear-cut.
Pretty clear-cut indeed, and Troll, man, I've seen so many games just be overturned just by that pick. Battle Trance alone being probably one of the best ultis in the game. Honestly, that attack speed's so good when you pair it with some good right clickers. But never could factor out the sniper range, man. Headshot procs ever since they changed it from the mini stun, which I do miss. It's pretty good whenever you don't have Battle Trance on the opposing team. Skywrath Mage, Lion, Vengeful Spirit, some solid support bands coming out here, and when are we going to see the next Disruptor picked up? Do we want to see a Disruptor here? Disruptor Axe is not a bad combination. Glimpse them back into a call, and they're pretty much dead.
And Disruptor's not bad. Overall, a pretty good hero. I don't really feel it's NoT.ToDAY's style right now. They definitely need to get supports that are just clearly going to make things happen in the early game, because that seems to be one issue for them, is making rotations and winning lanes. And if they can find supports that just do simple things, the Lion and the Venge would have been great, Skywrath too, but all of them banned out. I think you just got to start with something simple. Go with something with just a click stun, get your activity and your ganks across the map, and start the game rolling that way, especially in a full best of 3. You've got a lot of time to flesh things out, and I don't think you want to jump into the technical stuff like Disruptor if you're not confident in your stand-ins.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I wouldn't say like Disruptor's a big counter or anything here. It's just a nice aspect to create that space in the fights.
So we see the Storm band away, taking away a mid there, and you think we're going to see Jenkins play as Pudge? Is there ever a scenario where he doesn't want to play Pudge?
A lot of scenarios, actually. He's been playing it less and less, as far as I can tell. There are certainly situations where it's very powerful, but overall, I would say that his Pudge pick rate has been dramatically falling over the past month or 2. It's still a really good pocket strat, still has a very effective win rate for their team, but it's not something they want to run too often.
Okay, so Dazzle picked up here. That's straightforward and can apply a lot of early pressure, as well as save a lot of people, seeing as how the Axe is on the other side. No chops. Gonna stop people from surviving. And Axe Dazzle, I really like that combination. You get a good call, you get some creeps around you, some heroes, and just Shadow Wave and Weave is good for the Sniper as well later on in the game when you apply that to anybody else. And
good overall hero. I mean, there's no way you can go wrong with this pick. NoT.ToDAY generally plays their Dazzle as a 5 position. Usually the stand-in gets it, so we'll have to see how reliable that is as far as shallow grave play and stuff like that. But overall, there's nothing that Leviathan can pick that'll make it like, oh, this Dazzle is completely useless. Like if
Yeah.
Queen of Pain gets good momentum, gets an early Orchid, and can silence him, then he's going to have a lot of issues. But in general, this hero is still going to be at least applying the Weave buff to his team and or to his enemies, and that's just going to make the fights a little more smooth.
Cool. I like the pick with the Queen of Pain here. Really good against the sniper later on in the game. Or if she can find an early 6, too. Just a quick blink scream, and a sniper is going to be either dead or running away for his life. And the mid matchup is pretty tough at times, though. There's so many matchups in this game that really can swing either way, and the Queen of Pain versus the sniper one is one of those, depending on support help as well. So, next pick for NoT.TodaY, you think they want another support? They don't want to give away their safe lane yet, seeing as the Leviathan have it.
I mean, there's so much in the pool right now. If you want to pick up a support, it's not too bad. NoT.TodaY actually usually drafts a little bit more front-loaded as far as their supports go. They often have been picking them up in the first phase, but that was against Complexity, who also highly prioritize support. So maybe it's a matchup thing, and they say, okay, well, Leviathan are only worried about one or two supports here and there. The second phase seems to be the place for that. You see, like phase one, there's one ban on a support, there's one pick on a support. But phase two, it's back and forth. They're taking a lot out of the pool, so less options available. I think Rubik would actually be an interesting pick, stealing things like Fisher, Blink, Battle Trance on the sniper is insane.
Yeah, it's so dumb.
I don't know. A Rubik sounds pretty good, but oh, there it is.
No, okay. Let's see a Battle Tranced up sniper. Let's go level 16. Come on, Rubik. Well, I really like this pick, man. The Scream, Fissure, like you said. I doubt he'll ever try to get Echo, but if he can with a Blank Dagger, oh god. Unfortunately, he won't apply Aftershock with that, so he'll kind of just be blanking and doing a massive amount of damage, but this pick can work. I remember when Ags was changed, you were a big man, a big fan of that. Seeing how like Rubik's rushing Ags and then just stealing spells every 2 seconds.
A lot of potential. Hard to farm it up in this context. The Dazzle really would like to get some items up too. Just some early tank would be fine. And of course, Sniper and Axe, they're known to take farm off the map. But I really like the early game presence for NoT.TodaY now. Like even if Rubik plays a hard support and only can hope for a 4-staff this game, it's not too bad. And I mean, they're gonna have level 1 rune control with the Sniper, the 3 charges of the Shrapnel, the Wards game should be pretty easy for them, just having the better control over different rune spots. And the real question comes down to if Earthshaker can get a pick on Sniper, if he is the mid hero, and if Axe can get picked off by the safe lane there. Now, Queen of Pain, in the hands of Complexity, Z-Freak has been running a lot of support Queen of Pain 4/3 position, and I don't know if Leviathan have picked up on that at all. I've seen a lot of Queen of Pain in the mid roll, and that's perfectly fine. But if they want to do something a little bit tricky, they could switch things up a little bit, maybe give somebody else some more farm. But most likely, just your Troll, Earthshaker, Witch Doctor safe, leaving your Queen of Pain to the mid, and that leaves an offlaner that can deal with these casters as best as possible.
Deal with us? We're not in the game. I mean, I'd be Earthshaker,
Yes.
that's for sure. I love Earthshaker, but have you seen a lot of the Witch Doctors, what they're building lately, like Max Malediction?
In some cases, yeah. It really just depends on the lane matchup and if that'll net you a kill with your teammate. Like, there are a lot of heroes that you can do so much more with Maledict. Like, the cast gets them in range to do their damage, and suddenly this Malediction is insane.
Okay, so next offlane ban. Leviathan could pick up the Leviathan themselves. Haven't seen much Tidehunter lately, unfortunately, but it could work out here. Be pretty big. The Troll could benefit from it. Running into Ravage, giving him Battle Trance and such. But who knows? I like Clockwork here too. Clockwork would be really nice for Leviathan, giving that strong initiation as well as the cogs to trap everybody up. Trying to think of any other offlanes. Like if they really want to go Mag, they could. Mag here with Troll is pretty insane. We saw what Juggernaut could pull off with that as well, with the Black and Team Tinker. But banning away Smash's Ember. There's a little respect there.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely an option they could have gone, and it would be one that kind of frustrates their current lineup. I mean, they have some hard stuns with the Earthshaker, but the Witch Doctors is very brief. Queen of Pain's Orchid will not be out in time to prevent a lot of escapes from the Ember Spirit, and like you said, it's just kind of a specialty of his. So overall, not a bad hero to ban out. If you just want to take out a core in general, it's going to be a safe lane or a mid for NoT.TodaY for sure. And I mean, you could just see something like a Viper come out. It's pretty simple. It gets survivability. Other than against the Sonic Wave, I guess the passive won't really help against pure damage. But Yeah, overall, something with an interrupt would be nice. No, the Viper is going
Okay.
to be. So, yeah, they've run a lot of these kinds of heroes. Just Sniper, Viper, very simple. Kind of, I wouldn't say just right click, but they have one clear goal in mind in the fights. And yeah, I mean, if Smash can do a lot of work with that, that's great. And then Ifrit, of course, or well, they've been mixing it up a little bit, but I think Ifrit will take the Sniper and Van will take the Axe.
Okay, that Viper could also be a pain in the ass to the Troll too, pre-BKB. Trying to get a kill on the Viper is nay impossible, but this is gonna be mid, right? Sniper's gonna go safe lane try?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, okay. So Leviathan, where are you gonna go with your off lane? Who are you gonna pick up? You got
It's
40
hard. I mean,
seconds.
you're going to get zoned out pretty well, but Rubik is kind of slow, so you're still going to get some experience if you pick up like the Tide. The problem is then you're worried about the Rubik steal on your Ravage, and you have to hold on to that more often than not. Other than that, it's really hard to call. Something that can go into the jungle would be really nice. Just kind of a pseudo jungler who's sometimes off lanes would be perfectly fine. Timber Saw is an interesting choice here.
Timber would be really weird. I feel like it
I
wouldn't
love
fit.
Timber against Viper is the big thing in my mind. Like he could do so much work against Viper just with his pure damage output. And, you know, with the Queen of Pain Earthshaker, like that's a lot of quick burst. They
Zeus.
go burst of another color. It is gonna be
Hmm.
White Plumber, Zeus.
Give him a little Mario hat. He's already got the mustache. But all right. So you're thinking it's gonna be Zeus offlane then, no? Or Queen of
Yeah.
Pain? Yeah, no.
No, it should be
Should be
Zeus.
Zeus.
I mean, it could be Queen of Pain, but
Okay. Arc Lightning spam. He can stay relatively safe. The only thing is if he gets in range of Rubik and gets telekinesis back,
no,
that's where things
Jenkins
get
picked up the
rough.
Queen of Pain. So yeah, I think it is going to be, I guess, Queen of Pain off lane. Rubik only has one good stun, nobody else does. So yeah, Queen of Pain is mostly just going to be an experience obtainer here and playing her in that kind of 3 position.
Yeah, ever since the change to her,
Oh, no, they swapped. Never mind. They're just messing with us now. But it's Boots first,
come on, Leviathan.
off lane, Jenkins, Zeus.
Okay, cool. So let's see the rosters real quick. We got Jenkins Doda playing himself the Zeus. Shibby will be playing the mid Queen of Pain. Flying Zebra on the Earthshaker. Going up towards the top here, New Sham on the Witch Doctor, and then Shredder. We're playing the one position on the Troll that we see just about every game now, unless it's banned.
Yeah, it really does add a lot here to the Queen of Pain's damage output, sometimes the Witch Doctor's. For the most part, though, the Zeus, his attack range is low. The Earthshaker does most of its damage in one quick strike, and the Witch Doctor's channeling. So, honestly, it's mostly for himself and the Queen of Pain to try to really get that tower pressure and maybe Roche pressure out. And, of course, it's just an overall really good hero for man fighting. But yeah, not today. They've got Mysticow running the support Rubik. Supporting alongside him is going to be the stand-in from their grab bag of support. It's Mucho Gusto on the Dazzle. You've got Smash on the Sniper this time instead of the Viper. Viper is going to be played by Van, and Ifrit is going to be played by... Or Axe is going to be played by Ifrit. So this is actually a pretty big rotation from their yesterday's roles. Essentially, Van has been their really good carry player for the past couple of months. He's been outstanding, but recently he's been playing offlane, and that wasn't looking too good.
And it'll be a split of the runes here, unless Van can actually get this, and doesn't look like he can, so Jank is going to chase him down. If the clarity comes out and ticks up enough, fast enough, this should be first blood. Jenkins is going to
He's
keep
got a
break
salve,
cooking.
so if the salve comes
it's
out, he'll
boots.
just use the lightning.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Oh.
Goodbye. And they made him waste 100 gold on that salve, and there you have it. It's first blood for Leviathan. Great way to start.
Yeah, so that's going to help out Zeus a ton here. I mean, his main objective as an offlaner is just to get to level 6, and then he can start being involved. He actually kind of, because he's deprived of the free farm experience, he generally actually wants to KS with that first ultimate just to get that guaranteed experience boost. But no matter the case, like, just getting off to level 2 is going to be a great start for him, and it's going to be a 1v1 matchup against the Viper, which is something you see in mid all the time. So it's not going to be too hard for him to get some good CS on the creep wave. He'll get a bottle coming out in just 20 gold. And the Earthshaker can make his way down if things get difficult. But for the most part, we're going to be seeing action up top where there's that duo of Axe and Dazzle. Sometimes you get aggressive and creeps get past the wave, but the Witch Doctor has enough attack range that probably would be a bad idea.
And the Witch Doctor also got a good counter ward off as well, so he did block the camp, but that's not his worst problem. Mucho Ghost is supporting...
No,
You know-
it's not blocked. There's 2 spots.
Oh,
in
no,
this
wait,
little nook and cranny. There's the left one and a right one. He's covering it up with the kind of standard left sentry there.
Oh, weird. I must be placed the ward in the wrong place then. So, this lane is going to be very interesting. Like, Shredder can't really look to fight if it at all, especially with the Dazzle. Oh, they killed him in mid, but the counter response and the Shadow Wave comes out. Muchogusto gets the kill. He's looking for the double.
He's gonna get a double. Like, that's a great way to start
he missed.
Your debut here. He's gonna get double kill, get up to level 3.5, and be feeling pretty good about that. They still got the sniper, which is what they were going for, but losing 2 in return, that obviously wasn't how they wanted it to go.
That was unfortunate that I just barely missed that, but yeah, 2 for 1. You know, not too bad.
Most of the kills are going to be generated by Flying Zebra, or at least set up by Flying Zebra, so we'll have to keep an eye on him for sure. Right now, it's a duel between Smash and Shibi in the mid lane, but overall, I don't know if this second point in Shadow Strike is really going to do all that much. Like, you usually use it to harass a melee hero that's caught in the middle of the lane just trying to CS, and you force him back. It's really effective in that regard.
Oh,
but
they found Infit.
Sniper gets to stay back.
Oh my god, Ifrit is dead. He should be dead here. He's going to pop for Malediction, if anything. And there it is. He was farming the pull camp. Huh.
Yeah, no, you want to get it kind of aggressive with this Dazzle Axe combo, but because Dazzle had just rotated, he doesn't really feel confident getting in to the dirty spots in the same manner. And actually going to be a smoke and a good cast.
Oh no, the fissure's the wrong way. But he will pop out. Yeah, he's going to pop from Malediction.
Yeah.
And let's watch as he falls gracefully to his death.
I think he could have TP'd there as soon as the cask kind of dissipated. He actually probably could have TP'd, got to the fountain regen, and there was a good chance he gets out alive, because Malediction is based on how much HP you're missing from when you started. So just a straight difference. Oh, another combo.
Oh, good block.
The fish completely blocks it. Ifrit just out of position again. Oh no, there's a sliver. The animation does not actually reveal the true pathing, and yeah, he's able to just narrowly escape that. They've changed that Fisher range a lot, but I thought that it actually stretched the full distance.
So did I. That looked really good, but he gets the call off, he gets the extra armor, and just stays alive. So not bad, not bad. And then in terms of last hits right now, Smash is really having a good time here against Shibi. Like, look at how he's kiting this. 1 or 2 more headshot procs, and that would have been a dead Queen of Pain. He's got to blink out.
I'm not sure about this double Shadow Strike, but like, you can man up a little bit harder when you actually blink aggressively, but for the most part, Sniper's just going to keep his distance and be able to go toe-to-toe with you. The worst case is you force out a TP from like a support. Dazzle TP's in, Rubik TP's in, and they're good defensive reactive supports. We do see on top, though, he will get a good Shadow Strike off, but the Haste Rune is the 2 runes that would save him there.
He could kite this really hard, but he's got to really watch out for the clicks. Yeah, he's not going to risk it. No way. No way, Jose, that he would do that. So we also got rotations from Mizcal too, like coming towards this mid lane. They're really putting pressure onto Shibi right now.
Yeah, well, they know that the bottom lane is kind of they're going to be the status quo no matter the case. Like Viper versus Zeus, if they commit a ton, they might be able to pick Jenkins off. But because they didn't get to D-ward his Observer, it's been up for the past.
Oh, Smash is dead. Goodbye. Wait, drop the poison, and the heal comes in, but he should die after the shallow grave.
Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're still going to get a lot of good experience back the other way, killing off Queen of Pain again, and now bringing down the Earthshaker. We've seen this one before. Earthshaker and Quab traded for the Sniper, and these supports are going to make bank. I mean, honestly, like, the Sniper's going to have a bit of a hard time, but Smash can bounce back, and in the meantime, Dazzle's getting some much-needed experience. This guy gets to jump to level 5 here at the 5-minute mark. Like, that's not something a 4-position Dazzle should be obtaining. But here he is, Arcane Boots, level 5, right now building 1-2-1 and saving 1 skill point.
Muchogusto playing muy bien as he is insanely farmed now. Like, that's a 5-minute Arcane Boots. How crazy is that with 4 kills? So now Mizcal looking to get on the action in mid. He's just gonna sit with Smash and just soak up XP with him. Smash has no problem with this. Like, he's got XP from 4 kills, and that's so rough. That's gotta really suck for Leviathan there. All 4 other deaths have been from the mid lane.
Yeah, Jenkins is actually taking a lot of damage against Van here. Van is going to just use his orb attack manually so that he won't take creep aggro. He can force Jenkins back constantly, and if he's ever far off the tower, then he goes for the Viper Strike. So at this point, Zeus might just have to go for the roaming strat. He's actually got Tranquil Soul Ring.
Gusto. He got Invis, though! Malediction!
No, it's not enough.
Yeah,
they got to set 4 down, and honestly, he had already taken a lot of damage.
Just trying to think optimistically as possible, but yeah.
Dude, he's having the time of his life. He can afford a death. Like, jeez, this guy he's gonna be able to max Grave by like the 8-minute mark and turn around half the kills. Like, you could never look at NoT.TodaY and say, oh, this guy's dead, because the Dazzle is there with a Grave that's gonna be on a 15 second cooldown at max range. It's ridiculous what this hero can do to turn around
Oh,
fights.
look at Miscal.
I would have to say Leviathan, for the most part, are looking for... Oh, this has happened before. It's just a unfortunate connection problem, but thankfully, Valve added that auto pause.
All right, well, all 5 team members of NoT.TodaY just giving up. Game's over. We're packing it up. 2-0 for Leviathan. Welcome to Peru. Oh, God. Well, that's rather unfortunate, but Miscal's positioning himself for a nice, solid gank here out of Jenkins. There is an ultimate available for Van, so slowing him down and killing him shouldn't be impossible. Should be very easy.
Yeah, no, if they get the telekinesis, he's dead. If they get the Viper Strike and he's not practically under the tower, he's dead. Earthshaker has a TP scroll and full mana, so that will be a TP Fisher turnaround. But
Smash, okay.
It really just it depends if he gets to fall back from this position, and I don't see why he wouldn't.
I gotta correct him on his Spanish. I still remember my old days. I should have become a Spanish caster. I used to be fluent, but oh well. Let's see. Jenkins. Gonna see him from the low ground. There it is. He's dead. Phase boost to catch up too. Oh man, that is a Zeus that's gonna fall very quickly. And there it goes.
So that's essentially it. If they get the TK in that position, he's gone. Otherwise, Earthshaker, he can do a lot to turn it back the other way. But although we have some really good defensive supports, we have an offensive play made. The ultimate can come out from Shibby, but that shallow grave is thwarting him time and time again, and he will not get his ulti off. He just gets dunked by Ifrit, who has been quietly farming away. He had some issues up top, but he made his way to the jungle and found his level 6.
That's so funny. He just runs in with Tranquil Boots and just is like, chop, dead. And that was like a 1 versus 4 situation too for Shibby. That's so unfortunate. Oh boy.
The Executioner scoffs at your "Long live the Queen" remarks. This is not going to go your way anytime soon. Tranquil Boots dropping just for sustainability in the jungle, and he's going to have his Blink Dagger very, very soon. This is actually only 800 gold off, and I mean, I don't really see any big items coming out for Leviathan before that point. Nusham will rotate bottom. Maybe they could make a surprise play, but you look at this high ground ward. This ward coming out to seize the smoke, and this will not work.
Yeah, so just playing super defensively should be Van, and if you really wanted to, you could have the Axe come in and try to flank. There's no jungle ward or anything like that for the Zeus, and I mean, we have Ifrit coming. The only question is, nah, he's not going to do it. But they're going to dive? Oh. What?
Should have seen it. I mean, technically, although it was in radius, maybe he just thought he walked away from their own vision. There is a real possibility that they weren't looking at that spot on the map at that exact moment, and if you don't have that intel, you don't make the right play.
Yeah, so I guess pushing up just a little too far, unbeknownst to him, was a two-man gang squad.
It's the thing in the world, but you're a support player, you get the perfect ward out, and nobody gets to use it. But
they're saying it now.
If it was a true support, he would have called it out as well, and pinged it a ton. Oh well.
They're like, all right, I pinged it now. You better not die again to this. Oh man, that's really funny. But they're going to go for round number 2. This time, though, we got 2 members of NoT.TodaY ready and waiting in the wings to fight this. And they're also keeping a 4th. Oh, boy.
But Zeus could kind of scout it. Oh, there's a smoke now. You can't.
Nope.
You can definitely see the general area, but
here comes the bait. Oh, he's going straight on in. He gets stunned up. Malediction connects as well. They use Weave as well. He's just turning around. He's got the shallow grave going. Chop number 1 coming in, looking for chop number 2. There it is. Jenkins goes down, but a swift TP out comes from Nusham, and he picks up his Blink Dagger. Ifrit, man, he is so farmed. Joining Mucho Gusto up the top.
Yeah, I actually kind of feel like the Viper didn't need to die there. He could have just backed off, and he got a little greedy for the experience and assist gold. But either way, it's fine. And they're going to be able to get some really nice kills off of that. Zeus still hasn't... Oh! That's the only... Oh! Whoa. Yeah.
Too fast.
So Smash has been all game long just been messing with Shibby, where when he's not doing anything, he just goes ahead and channels that ultimate on him, and hoping he'll get like a blink dodge out because the projectile.
Oh no, he's dead.
And off with his head.
Oh, off with her head, indeed. So,
yeah.
Dang, putting the queen down and taking the kill lead. In terms of net worth, Axe is on top after those swift 3 kills. Like, that's something that's really hard to deal with now. That Axe is going to be insanely scary. Taking up your mid, taking down your bot, and now looking to gank mid again. There is a ward that spots them out, I think. No, there's no ward there. They just backed off instead.
So, He had issues with yesterday. Smash Farm is pretty low. I mean, he's doing okay at almost 4,000. He's still far beyond the Zeus and the Queen of
Goodbye.
Pain, but getting picked off multiple times over is going to be issues for him. He's not going to have any durability throughout this game, and he's probably just going to play a long-range pot shot. He's going to go S and Y this game.
S and Y is the correct call, I'd feel. Definitely what he's needed. And another, smoke coming in again. Stun, going out to Miscow. He just caught AFK out the high ground. And they pick up 2 quick kills.
And they needed those kills, because honestly, although Queen of Pain, she's been involved, the deaths and the feeds that they've had in the mid lane with the accompaniment of the Earthshaker, she actually only had like 2,000 net worth a second ago. So getting those kills back to back definitely puts her back in a place where she can be relevant this game with her item progression. And yeah, that's Queen of Pain's a hero that could definitely benefits from snowballing.
Early Ags, early, I don't think she'll get a Yules or anything like that, but early Orchid is what I'm looking for, and you're just blowing people up left and right, especially with how squishy the sniper's gonna be. And haven't really talked about, Shredder. He's been quiet, farming the jungle, looking to get in all these camps and stuff, and he's got a Dom creep too, so could see stacking of the Ancients very, very soon. I mean, he's setting himself up for a good late game right now. He is insanely farmed.
But I don't know if this one is even going to go too late like this, unless Leviathan keep making really big plays happen. Their ultimates are very powerful, potentially. The Death Ward in particular is something that we got to be looking out for the side of Leviathan. But
These
as it stands,
smokings, look at this.
Yeah, there's a lot of activity from both sides, and although there are some that are revealed for NoT.TodaY, there are a couple waiting in the shadows.
Oh no! Ifrit's gonna end up finding Shibby. Can they get this chop though for the kill? They do not even need to, as Miscal zaps him down. The Death Ward channeling. There is a malediction, I believe, on Ifrit, so he should be dead with this pop. And yes, he is.
There's EGADs.
Yeah, there's the Thunder God's Wrath as well coming in. Van looking for a dive, gonna find Flying Zebra. He's gonna get zapped down and smashes Shrapnel, picks up that kill. It's a 1 for 2, but
nah, it's still favorable for Leviathan, because the Roche play here from Shredder is going to enable them to still pull forward with this Aegis and take an objective in return. So they lose a tier 1, but they'll be able to push a tier 1 with the Aegis, and that plus the Roche Golden experience is going to make up for it. Van goes for the double damage room, but he doesn't check the pit, and that is going to be the Roche going to Shredder.
Okay, and they pick up a kill on the Rubik as well. Coming from behind, Shredder, not going to go for you. Don't want to risk running into a DD Viper, but alright, it's even out to a 2 for 2, and Leviathan getting the Aegis, like you said, very well worth it for them.
Yeah. I mean, if you're really clear-headed, you notice that the Troll's not farming on the map or in the mid-fight. Like, there's no way a pro player would neglect to be involved in one of those two activities, where you could TP in, or you could just be getting the farm of your life. So they probably thought that maybe he was deeper into the dire jungle, but in either case, we know the reality is that he's taken a key objective there. And now he can farm Ancients and let the other heroes catch up a little bit. Right now, he's the top of the net worth, but he would love to see more farm on this Witch Doctor in particular. Like, this Agadem's 2,500 gold off, and with the right mindset, Nushem can pull this out in 10 minutes.
It's funny, it reminds me of Goody. He didn't even go for boots or any items. He had like 2 branches and then just rushed straight eggs. And actually just turned a whole game around once he picked up the eggs. And it's something that I now find really viable for Witch Doctor. Just ignore every other item but Aghanim's and you're good to go for team fights.
Yeah, if that and Ancient Apparition are the 2 heroes that can just really rely on their ultimate and how to amplify that, that's really the biggest thing. Mystical going for the spell steal just onto the Berserker's Rage, so he can get a little bit of extra durability, movement speed, but not much.
Oh, can he keep the toggle permanent when it fades? Oh.
No, it goes away.
Oh. Dang. Well.
There was a bug and when it was implemented where you were stuck in melee form for the rest of the game, and that wasn't fun. But
you have a chance on Bash, you know how good that is for Rubik? Alright, but they found themselves...
buy a Basher, and oh my god!
Break the game completely, but Van, he's gonna get caught up by a fissure here. Shredder not looking to go in, they get the poison in, Shibby's gonna get blown up, the nuke damage is so much, he's not gonna die though. Nusham might be the one casualty, no, he's gonna turn and channel the ward. No, Ifrit, he mistimes it, but the ward just channeling, Van taking so much damage, they chop down Nusham. Well, actually, they don't. It's just the right clicks from Smash coming on in. The Fissure as well is going to block off Miscow. And it's a 1 for none. That could have been much worse for Leviathan if Ifrit mistimed his blink call. He called instead of blinking.
Most definitely, but I mean, you can afford to make a couple mistakes. Axe still has this ability on a 10-second cooldown, and you miss one call, you find another. So in this case, they still pull forward overall, but bottom lane, there might be some more activity as this tower drops lower and lower. Jenkins can't get involved. He's just too low in attack damage range, but if Troll makes his way down there, they can commit with the Aegis.
Mm-hmm. They should be looking to commit very soon. Maybe just waiting for New Sham to be back up, but we got almost a Yasha up for Shredder. Coming in is a Yules for Jenkins, so I didn't realize how well he was farming, considering you know some of the other deaths and such. But he's got some kills, and that Yule's gonna help out a ton with the axe.
Yeah, just getting a few kills here and there. I mean, he just got. I mean, they're mostly quick picks, like the Rubik walking a little bit out of bounds and just in the middle of the team fight. He's able to pick up a couple of the lightning bolts. So now he's got his level 11. Thunder Gods puts out quite a bit, but there is gonna be initiation for Ifrit.
Ooh, alright, gets the call, but there's the Yules coming into effect already. Cast bouncing out, and they turn around with the Echo Slam, but he stole Fissure. Miscal going big, there's the Thunder God's Wrath going in. Miscal gonna get hit up there, and there's the Death Ward on top. He's trying to TP out. Nice juke. Great juke into the fog.
Man, so close to bringing down the axe there, but he just is able to blink out at the last second, getting the full damage off cooldown, and even with the Fissure block, he's still able to get out. But they do get intel about this ward while they're casting lightning bolts about, and that is still going to be some valuable space that they can have in the jungle for now. But looks like Shredder might not commit for this Aegis removal. Like, it's actually been 4 minutes almost already, and he really wants to get into a fight, but for the most part, he's just been farming.
I can understand that. We see a lot of the trolls just really focus on farming for like a solid 15-20 minutes, depending on how the situation in the game is.
Does it feel a little backwards? Like, I feel like this hero could do a lot in the early mid fights, especially if he maxed the Whirling Axis. But as you can see from his skill build, he's mostly just been saying, hey, I can kill Ancients hella quick, and I don't know, Jungle Ursa is kind of what I would parallel this build with.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I guess it's more farming oriented since you get a little bit more right click, but again, you can hit heroes a lot harder too. And 2-second bash with this build is not that bad.
I mean, how would you compare the two teams' late games? I guess that would be the best way to put it. I kind of feel like the Axe is still pretty scary throughout the game. The shallow graves are going to be problematic. But do you see, in the end, this Agadim's Witch Doctor and a farmed troll being worthwhile?
Yep. Oh, hell yeah. New Sham could put himself in a great position to sit in the back and then just unload with the Death Ward. Like, once he gets 16 as well, that Death Ward's going to just hit for a truck. He's pretty far away from the Ags now, though, but once he does get it, like, the game's going to actually turn in a huge favor, because if it doesn't get the call on him, he's taunting somebody else, he's just allowing it to bounce between his teammates, but who knows? There's a lot of circumstances where everything can go wrong or everything can go right.
Yeah, the one ticking time bomb, I think, is Mysticow's Blink Dagger. Once he gets that, then he's going to be able to guarantee at least telekinesis the Witch Doctor ultimate, and the BKB is going to be the item that he needs instead of just the Ags. We actually see the call in mid, Undunk comes out, and they don't even need the second. And Smash is now on a killing spree, bouncing back from a really poor laning phase, but just being set up left and right by his team.
Yeah, really good TPs coming in.
They're diving bottom.
Oh, wait, hold on. They found themselves Jenkins. They're going to look for the kill into Van. Turning this one around. Leviathan, the mechanism keeping Van alive. He can't get to him in time. Echo Slam committed as well. Mucho goes to TP out right in front of him.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
that's a
man.
3 TP. You have like a stun every 5. Just had to stagger that out. And
sniping a Flying Zebra coming in. Just a quick chop afterwards, too. He got a spin. Oh, the huevos on this team. Just going forward, doing what they want.
This is actually insane. Like, they're able to take so much off the map here. They're able to get out nearly scot-free, and I mean, just across the board, it just feels like Leviathan aren't really taking the fights they want to and the position they want to. This Axe initiation is catching them off guard 9 times out of 10, and they need to respond. Like, generally speaking, I look at Zeus as a counter to Blink initiators. You can see them coming. A second that you know they're wanting to initiate, you put that Blink on cooldown with your ultimate. It's really good. But in this case, he's gotten all his blinks off perfectly, and he's able to engage and disengage as he pleases.
He picked up an urn, too, on the Rubik.
Yeah, effective HP. I mean, this Sonic Wave, Thunder God's Wrath, like, this, you don't want to die 2 seconds into the fight.
Yeah,
and
oh boy. Unfortunate times for the Peruvian players, but they're still in a really good position, like, despite everything. Top 3 are their cores and the net worth, and that's what you want.
Yeah. I'm more wondering what this Dazzle is going to go. This stand-in Dazzle has accumulated 2,200 gold on top
His
of
own
his
blink
arcane boot.
dagger?
I don't hate Blink Dazzle, but I think he could do more for now. Like, he could probably get a better item for in terms of defensive survivability. Um, the mechanism is already out for the Viper. He's going to go for Ags next, most likely. Maybe EKB, but I doubt it. So I guess I'm thinking, like, what can he do to enable this sniper as much as possible? Pipe is not too bad this game, but also not the greatest. Like a Yule Scepter would be good to make sure he has the disable against the Death Ward. What do you think?
Yules. Yules. Probably the most solid item. Movement speed would be pretty good. Matter regen as well. Albeit he's got arcane boots,
Nope,
but...
nope, nope. He's going either the Bloodstone or the Ags, and in this case,
Ags it is.
So, Aghanim Scepter is actually really cool on Dazzle, but he's gonna have to use that ultimate well to actually make it worthwhile. Like some people consider it a really useless upgrade, and I would completely disagree. But I still think that trying to rush it out, although the stats are nice for your hero, not like getting insta-gibbed in a fight. I really still think you have to be very spot on with your weave timing. It's not just your weave like who it hits, but it's when it hits to really take advantage of the benefits of the Aghanim Scepter.
Aghanim Scepter. I don't know. I like it. I like the rush of it, honestly, but situational as always. But definitely going to help the sniper and the axe damage in the end.
So it goes from right now. Yeah, it's just a straight up increase of 0.5 armor per second that is accumulated by the weave. So you time that weave out, you make sure that you're at least at half stacks when you engage in the fight, and that Death Ward damage is just going to be really, really low.
Oh boy. Bad time for the internet connections tonight.
Yeah, this is a full best of 3, so we might be seeing this a lot more.
Yeah, it's going to be rather unfortunate. So it looks like, Leviathan, they're grouping up. They're going to use the level 2 battle trance and try to push down this tier 1 up top. Shouldn't be a problem for them to get. If anything, we could see NoT.TodaY actually go for a tier 2 exchange for that. But they all have TPs. They're actually all ready to defend too. They could actually defend this. They shouldn't have a problem defending this. If they really want to, they could pop the glyph too. I'm not sure if they're going to though. I say they just try to trade a tier 2. And if anything, they can find Jenkins. He's actually standing right on top of one of their wards.
Yeah, but I mean, with the slow rank scouting, he might be looking to deward pretty soon. We actually see his lightning bolts on cooldown, so obviously he was dewarding like just south of him. And if he's patient, he might look to deward just another location, and he can probably just walk away. But we'll see.
They drew a line and they smoked. I believe they're gonna try to defend top.
Yeah, he's just going to be farm creep waves. Won't know about that ward. Up top, though, the tower falls so quick, and as long as they don't look to double pressure, they can just walk away with the glyph on cooldown. Maybe the siege creep finishes it, but doubtful.
Okay. What do you think of Van picking up the sand? She's going for Heaven Halberd first. Not too bad.
I mean, just a good effective HP overall. Like, this hero wants to tank up a bit.
Smoke pop. Oh, Jenkins. Oh, he gets the Yules. He's going to be able to get out of this. Will he? Yeah, no battle hunger, no chase. Woo, that was lucky. And then the fissure connects too. Thunder God's Wrath committed. Blinking up top, getting the dagger. And that kind of just puts Shibby in a really tough spot. Miskow, though, gets the blink out of steel, gonna telekinesis him. And that could have been really bad for Miskow. He could have actually ended up dead there.
Well, he has the ward, so he knows that there's not that much follow through. It definitely could have been bad for him, but he would have, in any way I see those skills playing out, he's still going to survive with maybe 200, 300 HP. But yeah, we're still seeing the push come through on mid. The Death Ward, even at rank 2, will not be that effective against this Rubik because this Rubik has Blink stolen. So he can Blink telekinesis at any point in time, and Leviathan cannot respond to that. So this is even better than a Blink Dagger because you can't use your Thunder God's Wrath to put it on cooldown. So yeah, maybe this is the strat. Steal Fissure and Blink for every fight, and you never have to worry about Death Ward.
It's pretty genius. But executing that's a whole other story. And I'm sure they can play around that no problem from the Leviathan side. Shredder, what are we going on here? He's got his Ogre Club. He looks like he's working towards his BKB. Or Sanjin Yasha, but he'd probably already have the Sanjin Yasha if he was going for it. There's the BKB, cool. And what's the time on Roche here? We got actually a couple seconds till it's back up.
Yeah, it's been a long one, so they've been waiting it out. And it looks like he's already prioritizing getting that smoke out. He's going to use that very soon, and he should be able to get a pretty clean Roche sneak. Everybody's committed up top, so NoT.TodaY probably trading a tier 2 for a Roche.
Thing is, though, it hasn't spawned yet, and I mean, they could force some TPs up there, which is the big thing. They're already pinging. They want to try to defend this. They have Glyph, but maybe they'll do a tier 2 trade of their own. Shibby's just pushing down bot. He's got a siege creep, and he's got a decent-sized wave.
Yeah, the solution is scouting out. They know it has to be up within 20 seconds, but it is going to be spawning at this moment, and Shredder still committed to the Ancients first. No, I was really surprised he's going to go for the full Ancients and then for the Roche, because it's like, okay, we're losing a tier 2 and a Glyph of Fortification for this. Please do the Roche. Actually, they didn't spend the Glyph, which is good, but they're still going to clear this out pretty quickly. And I guess the Aegis will go to Shredder once again.
Yeah, it should. I mean, who else would it go to? Some scouting coming in from the Thunder God's Wrath, and ooh, Shibby picks up an Ag, so that is huge. That damage is going to be insane. Then Mass TP's back to base, and we're back to square one, except with one less tower for the Leviathan side.
Hopefully this time Shredder can use the Aegis. That's the big thing here. Like last time, it just wasn't really important at all. Golden Experience was good for the team, but yeah, he did not make use of the Aegis the way I expected a Troll Warlord to do, with the potential to just take a free objective. But in this case, it's at a critical point in the game where he's got a 10-second BKB. He needs to use its Aegis very effectively, in my opinion. But we'll see. For now, it's still just farming up the last Aghanim Scepter here. Just 600 gold for the Witch Doctor, and they'll have their 2 Ag Scepters. Maybe the Zeus goes one for himself, but that's going to be a ways off, as he's going for a more utility-oriented build-up right this moment. And yeah, we're just going to see group farming for both sides, really. And
you don't want to split up. You don't want to split up right now. And it's the safest, position to stay in that little death ball. If you run into somebody, especially the troll, you just blow them up and run away. Take the Aegis for free. But again, this is just opening up more space for Shredder to farm, and it's just I don't know how you're going to deal with this troll soon enough. He's going to be able to run through your team. He still has a 10-second BKB, and Aegis ready to go.
Yeah, one item you were talking about that they won't be picking up just yet, but I think could be quite impactful, is actually going for that Heaven's Halberd. They have right now just Sanj and Yasha's, but if one of them does disassemble that into a Heaven's Halberd, that's a really good disable to have against the troll after his BKB expires. And the way to wait that 10 seconds out is just to activate the weave at the right time, because then you have so much armor that for that 10-second period, he just doesn't do hardly anything. So it's a lot about the weave timing, maybe a good Shallow Grave, and then at the right time, you can, of course, go for things like the disarm effects. But
Aghanims is done for Nusham.
Yeah.
All right.
And about the same time, yeah, for the Dazzle. He's going to be picking his up too. And in a way, these two can be kind of like inversely related. Like the fact that the extra armor will mitigate a lot of the damage coming in from the Witch Doctor ultimate. It's chaos damage, but it's still physical, and it still will be, although unblockable, reduced by armor.
Still hurts like a bitch if there is somebody without weave on them. So we'll see if that comes into play. And Smash, he's going for Scotty? He's not breaking apart his Sanj and Yasha. Yeah, he's got double ultimate orb now too.
Yeah, definitely. He's looking to tank up here. SMY Scotty is a very predictable build for Smash in this context. Sometimes you see the Mask of Manus on top, so it's kind of a mix of the crazy face rush offensive potential with a ton of defensive items to back it up. But in this case, he's just got the casual Morbid and then a lot of tank. Like, if this guy goes Satanic, like, who can actually bring him down this game? The Troll Warlord would have to right-click him about 50 times, and that's about it.
The Troll Warlord probably could get those 50s attacks in, but smoking up, they're ready to go. Aegis still on the deck, and well, Aegis on Shredder, excuse me, but there's the pre-weave.
Yeah, that weave is very important. Watch these targets just get all this armor, plus 23 on Axe, plus 20 on Van right now, and here we go.
All right, looking to fight. The Shredder's going to pop the BKB. Looks to go for Van, but a 3-man fissure comes in. Look at the damage. It's going to bounce. The cask, look at it go. Doing so much work. Mucho Gusto's first. Echo Slam comes in for Flying Zero, but hits nothing. Jenkins is on a killing spree. They just wipe everybody out. Double kill coming in. Shibby's getting a little bit of the action. Nusham going to Yules and TP himself back home, and Van is going to fall, and that's going to be a full 5-man wipe. What a wonderfully executed fight from Leviathan.
Very well executed. Their ultimates were stupendous. I mean, I gotta say that like every single of their ultimates were pretty much perfect. The Echo Slam, you don't have a blink yet, so you can't even assume the ideals. But this goes back to a quick item. Rushing Aghanim Scepter, when your entire team doesn't have more than 1,400 HP each. You get every one of those HP points to be extremely valuable, but you overall just don't have that much health. So it's really not the best thing when you don't have a high HP pool and you're losing so much damage so quickly to the Sonic Wave Aghanim's nuke, which did 450 pure damage, and then you're losing a lot of HP to the 540 from Thunder God's Wrath. Oh, sorry, that's Scepter damage, so 350, but still, a lot of damage taken off the top just from Sonic Wave and Thunder Gods, and then you have to really question how effective that extra armor is. Because that was pretty much the perfect weave timing. Am I wrong there? Like, the timing for the weave, it was at the tail end of it. It was 3/4 of the way through. It was mitigating supposedly a ton, but the Death Ward still just finished everything off because, well, Death Ward does a ton of damage, and they'd already lost a lot of health.
Oh, boy. So, like I said, the Axe pick up it really just changed the whole fight. And as well as... I don't know, man. That was just a good fight in general. There's nothing else to say. Just Leviathan played that to a T. And some more scoutings going to be coming out from the Zeus as he drops the ultimate. And I occasionally like the random Zeus ulti, just to get that bit of information. And it's not that long of a cooldown either, just about 1:20. So
yeah, it's really good to note that, or the Zeus ulti is only 90 seconds, but. Yeah, it's important to note that he uses it far before the Roches could even potentially respawn, so he knows that it's just overall for like a counter smoke. Like, he sees people back reserved in their own position. They don't have dire observer wards up right now, so that's the best way to know what everybody's up to and let them know that Big Brother is watching.
Big Brother is indeed watching, but probably should watch out for the internet of Peru as well. That's causing the mass DC out sometimes. We do have Miscow. He's by himself with Chibi, trying to see what he can steal. He's gonna get the Scream. Oh, he wanted the Blink really badly.
Yeah, it's a really nice pickup for him, but I mean, overall, you'll take what you can get. Maybe he can jungle a little bit with that, and yeah, it looks like he will.
Ooh,
so
Blink for the Earthshaker too. Uh-oh.
That's nice. That is going to be really nice. The Echo Slams are going to be more impactful. There aren't really any summons other than if the Manta Styles come out, but it's still going to be a great spell to have at the right position. Even a Blink Fisher can completely change how a fight breaks out if you really can separate things the way you want to.
And Blink on Shredder too. All right, taking the troll Blink, and definitely solid to get the jump on the sniper as well as
Blink dodge the Viper Strike is the biggest thing, I think. Like, he could Manta dodge it, but he doesn't want really Manta against Axe because you just gives him more things to spin on. So the really cool thing is just to be able to Blink dodge it, and that way you don't get kited so hard, because that's when the sniper becomes immortal. If you've got an ability to kite the troll while rocking Scotty Satanic SMY treads and a dazzle behind you, like, that's where the sniper becomes unkillable. If your troll can get to his target with something like a Blink Dagger, then you're in business.
In business indeed, and Leviathan looking to open up shop. So Shredder Doda looking to lead the charge here with this Blake. He can jump on a Mucho Gusto. Pops the axes, is able to actually connect. No bashes though, and oh, that was a great fissure to come out there, stopping his TP. Mucho Gusto's dead. He drops out a weave in the end, and there's no one really to clean up afterwards. So a free and easy kill.
Yeah, so just not this time. The Dazzle TP away from bottom was a pretty silly mistake. So Zeepra's just shutting him down this time, and yeah, they know the Rift should be spawning sometime. We're going to see the timer pop up in just a moment. Shredder checking the most ambitious timing possible. But in the meantime, just easy wave clear with Shibby stuck in the trees.
1.5 minutes. Okay, so not too long of a spawn. And soon enough, we'll see Aegis and Cheese come out. And Cheese for Shibby, Aegis for the wonderful Shredder. And we should be underway to see them try to break the base.
I don't see why not. We're going to be maybe seeing a Hex come out soon from Shibby. I think they should probably farm that before they break the high ground. That Sonic Wave allows you to clear the creep wave so quickly that you might as well take the time to do it. And yeah, if you get that Hex and that either the Aegis or the Cheese, then Queen of Pain is going to be just dominating the team fights. So I would say there's a lot of confidence in their ability to take the game once they get that last single item pickup. It's not too far off, but one gank would set her back considerably.
One gank would destroy her. So, soon they will be ready to push.
And we'll see where these Sentry Wards go, though. Like, there's some good aggressive observers, or I wouldn't say aggressive, but they're pretty far forward, and we see the Sentry Ward is just out of range. Oh, it's just on the lip of it. That is really sad, unfortunately, for Mystico. That denial of vision would make it so that it's impossible for Leviathan to farm safely bottom.
It's like inside of the circle too of the ward. That sucks. But yeah, this is some unfortunate times for NoT.TodaY. Still keeping the game really close. The Viper, man, he's been farming like crazy. Van, gotta say, keeping up with the Troll, it's a hard thing to do, but he's doing it. And Roshan is in 5 seconds, and both teams definitely want to vie for that Aegis and Cheese.
We'll see which one scouts it directly first. For now, it's invisible in the pit, but we do have that high ground ward, that ever important one coming in from NoT.TodaY, and that might give them the intel they need to make sure that this fight isn't a repeat of the top lane. But for now, it's going to be TP back from Smash. He's going to go to farm.
Oh, whoa, Infrit going to get 4 step forward here. Echo Slam coming in with a 2. Shredder going into the back line. Van is going to get himself a shallow gravy. BKBs and tries to TP out of here, and he does not make it. Oh, boy.
Did they initiate that, or?
They 4 step Infrit forward, and then he got a call, but that was it. Yeah.
There's one on Jenkins, so yeah, that's got to be Jenkins 4 staff just rocking him, and yeah, just they didn't expect that. Especially when. See, the big thing here is what gave them the incentive to try to take that fight. And that was essentially the fact that they saw Smash TP mid. Like, you see a carry TP mid, and there are still people in the lane down bottom that didn't back off the second that he TP'd out. They're just food for the slaughter. This is a great capitalization by Jenkins to go for that offensive 4-step play and take him completely out of position there. Like, I actually looked away from the lane because I'm like, okay, Smash is out of there.
Yeah, they're just backing.
At least falling back a little bit. Like, take Dire Ancients, take a little bit of the Eastern Radiant jungle, and still control the Roche and hover over that. But Sanjin Yasha not going to allow Smash to teleport back to where he just disengaged from.
Yusham just picked up a Shadow Blade too, so no stopping this ward now.
Except for Berserker's Call or Fisher Steel. Yeah, well, that's gonna.
Yeah,
or
sure.
Detection, or.
There's 3 main things that can stop it, alright, man? But I'm sure he's going to try to position correctly. And the courier actually ends up dying. I'm not sure where from the NoT.TodaY side. What was it?
Or if they steal Lightning Bolt or Thunder God's Wrath and use it.
You're just such a Debbie Downer, alright, man? You just let my dream come true.
I'm just saying you could have just gone BKB and only one thing in this game will cancel.
And that's call, but
yeah. But you can wait out, as you definitely pointed out astutely. So yeah, I think they probably should.
Whatever, man.
Like, it's 900 more gold, I think, to get that. Okay, Shabla got a little cheaper, so it's 1100 more gold to go for BKB, but I still think it's like 3 times better.
So pushing up to the tier 2 here, Aegis and Cheese in the players of the Leviathan side, and looks like there's nothing to stop them now. I mean, maybe the team house setting is working out for them. They're looking pretty on form right now. That 4-staff forward is pretty good too. Gonna be a snipe into nobody. No, he just canceled. And Blink was stolen. Okay, that's the big thing. Miskow now has Blink, telekinesis set up.
But is Nusham revealing his Shadow Blade is the real question. If they don't see the Shadow Blade, then he won't buy Dust, and that means that even you can blink in and look for the telekinesis, but he'll already be invisible. So
they've been scouted like crazy with these Thunderbolts. So
they're gonna smoke around. There's no Roche to take, so we have to really consider the tactical
to farm the jungle.
Well, I'm assuming it's baiting Van. Like, I think they think that there might be wards up here, and they could just say, hey, Van's farming over here, go get him. But no, it is just a failed smoke. It is completely wasted. They'll TP back, but the tier 2 is free for the taking for Leviathan.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that smoke there. And Van wasn't even visible, like, the entire time. He was smoked up too, just running to the jungle. But we got a 3-man hit of the weave, actually a 4-man. Uelsa's gonna connect. Miskow. Oh, blinking away. Woo. Very close. Very, very close.
I like the idea behind the spell spam there, but yeah, he should have known the blink was stolen, and they don't really have a good silence to... If the Fisher was there, that would have been a big thing, but I guess Thieber wasn't in position, and the Lightning Bolt mini stun wasn't perfectly timed. So, yeah, just all fall back. That's going to be fine. Leviathan are free to reset here with the next Sonic Wave, and again, they still have that Cheese Hex on Chibi, and, of course, the Aegis for a while. So... they're going to be pretty happy campers. Maybe Shredder buys something. It looks like the Satanic is going to be his item of choice as well, and there's the Reaver for it.
Oh boy. What a set of items right now. He is 37.5 minutes in, almost full build. Gotta just get rid of the Aegis, and he's good to go to pick up like an MKB or something. But Oh, Scotty, I mean. But they find a telekinesis. They put it back down into Jenkins.
There's that Death Ward.
Death Ward is going to go to town, but they have so much armor right now, it's not going to do that much. They do steal their Fissure. We got a BKB coming in for Van, too, but he gets blocked by his own creeps. They kill off the Earthshaker, and blinking forward, they're looking for New Sham. Call connects, and this should be one dead Witch Doctor. Shadowblade is up in one, but yeah, the sniper's going to kill him from Smash. And that was really messy from Leviathan.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was just a very passive position. They were hoping NoT.TodaY would rush into that, and they played it smart. They made sure the Witch Doctor was not able to put out that much damage. We don't actually get Death Ward damage on the fight recap, so we don't know exactly how much it did. But for the most part, it was bouncing between 3 heroes for about 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, and then they were able to disengage. So they didn't have the weave up, but it didn't seem to matter. They just were able to deal with the damage and move on back. So good picks, finding the nice opportunity to get those kills, and that rubber band's pretty hard in their favor. Even still, Leviathan, Cheese, and Aegis, at least for another minute, and then the Cheese will be the item that they have to choose between Queen of Pain and Troll for. I guess that Troll really doesn't need a Cheese when he's got a Satanic and a 9-second BKB.
Yeah, there's never a point where he should need Cheese, but who knows? I mean, you pull everything into a Troll, and you're generally gonna have a good time. But Courage Snipe! It finds an MKB fully built. That was Smashes. Oh no! Now he's gotta wait 3 minutes? No, 3 minutes without his MKB.
I'm not sure if they're mucho gusto about that one, man. That is punishing.
Mucho
really.
malo.
Yeah, certainly. But yeah, I mean, without the MKB, then Whirling Axes can affect the Zeus pretty heavily, Sniper pretty heavily, and of course, it's just not fun. Like you want your big item, you want to be able to follow through. Headshot and MKB bash procs stack fully, so they can both proc on a single hit. They can independently proc. Yeah, they're perfectly aligned with one another. So it's just about getting quick attack speed and packing the punch.
Packing the punch is still pretty tough to do. Smash, he's gotta be so upset that he just lost that MKB, man.
I mean, he's got 2 minutes. He'll be okay. I mean, they're not really gonna force the issue in the next 2 minutes. I don't think. Let's check the smoke and deceit status. I think that's pretty important because we've been seeing a lot of smokes from both sides here. But we've got 1 smoke on Flying Zebra, none in the shop, so that is gonna be their last one for 6 minutes. Smoke gonna be coming up soon for NoT.TodaY, but they don't have any inventory, any on their fallen courier. So yeah, just 1 smoke on the field and 1 in about a minute.
And we're back again to the reset of just waiting for possibly another Roche. Try to get double cheese. And
do you think there could be more efficient farming for this side of Leviathan, or the fact that their observer wards are all dead is forcing them into this kind of position?
There's nothing in their jungle to farm. They're doing ancients together, and I mean, they could just wait every minute for the camps to respawn if they really wanted to. Just, I don't know. They're not pushing up. They're just looking to build up more items, and I guess once Shredder's six slotted, they'll be good to go. Yeah, Scotty, and that's it. Finally push. Who knows? Who knows?
Presumably, I don't know. In this spot, like you like to kind of control the eastern half of the Radiant Jungle too. Like definitely the right 2 camps and maybe the central one, and that you like to kind of control that along with your own jungle and your ancients, and that'll be farming efficiently. That'll kind of be pushing your advantage. But it almost seems like they're afraid to take a fight, remembering what Ifrit can do with this Blink Dagger, knowing that if they get caught out of position, they're going to be feeding some valuable gold away, and the net worth advantage is not that substantial right now. Like 7,000 in gold and 10,000 in experience.
That went up very far after the last few kills. Like, NoT.TodaY are catching up in a big way.
Mm-hmm.
And MKB, 10 more seconds till Smash can get that back.
Really surprised about the BKB pickup on the Queen of Pain.
You think?
Like, what is that really? I mean, it's taking out the Rubik's potential to disable her, but really, I don't know about that BKB, honestly.
Just run through Shrapnel? Who knows?
Like, I mean, there are annoying things. Sure, there's damage over time from Viper, there's Shrapnel slow, there's Poison, Touch, Battle Hunger. Like, there's a bunch of slows and damage over time effects, but there's nothing that you really got a BKB other than just straight telekinesis.
I'm just thinking of the possibilities.
A Rubik's Cube. Like, there's a bunch of spells that you're afraid of on your own team, but I mean, it's not like the game breakers.
I don't know, man. I don't feel it. I'm not sure. Not sure if I like it.
I'll ask him after the game. I mean, it's worth just saying. There are less options in this game to
Turn it to a right-clicking quap. Why not?
Oh no, she definitely wants to go that direction long term, but I just don't even know if she needed the BKB for that. Could have just gone for a Scotty or something, but we'll see. Anyways, it's still just going to increase her survivability, but it will not save her from this Ifrit initiation.
Oh, jeez. Oh, they don't get the call, though. He's able to blink away. Are you kidding me? And Shibby stays
assassinated because of the BKB.
That's the whole reason he bought it, just for that one scenario, just so he can't be sniped.
Where the Culling Blade is completely failed. I don't know. I think that's the new kill threshold. I think that the Culling Blade would have hit before the axe nerf in 6.82C or 6.83C.
Well, now we have Roshan looking to go over to the NoT.TodaY side as they go for it. Doing a ton of damage here, gonna get scouted out just a little bit. They actually blink in here. Shredder looking to lead the charge. He gets BKB but slowed in the Death Ward. Oh, this is such a bad position for right now. It's gonna bounce just a little bit. Miscow taking so much damage. He gets the shallow grave. He stays alive. Shredder's gonna get jumped back in on. Shibby bought back. Shredder is currently dead. The cask is gonna bounce, and will it pick up the kill? It does. Wow, cask kill coming in. Shibby as well, blinking away to safety. He's got Battle Hunger on top of him. He turns on to Infrit, trying to do what he can, and blink up again. No, the assassinate is there in time, and NoT.TodaY just turned this whole game around. Jenkins is stuck up on the high ground. He just decides to force staff and TP himself out of there, and that's Aegis and Cheese over to NoT.TodaY this time.
Big deal. This is obviously the first rush they've been able to successfully claim, and they're going to make really good use of it. I think like Smash is just going to be a baller on the front line now. Like, he has a lot of effective HP. He's got a Dazzle behind him, and this Aegis the Immortal. It's scary stuff. It really is.
Where did the cheese go? They kill it?
Courier is not involved, so it must have been denied.
Yeah, I guess they killed it. Well, Shredder buying back, and Fissures connecting onto 2, but not looking to follow up just yet. And also, Smash could just abuse the fact that he has so much range and just hit the tower from out of turret range. Although you risk the chance of getting that 50-50 miss. But either way, NoT.TodaY, they regain a lot of footing, and the graph is just slowly equalizing out as NoT.TodaY try to reclaim the lead. It's so close. Wow.
Yeah, this is a really close matchup, actually. I'm really impressed with both teams just pushing forward, doing what they can, and keeping their calm despite things looking a little bit dire in some circumstances. Back down to even almost entirely, but I really think it's going to come down to a battle of the Titans here, just Sniper versus Troll Warlord. Like, obviously the Queen of Pain wants to build towards right click, but it'll take a long time to get there. And I just don't, like, the Troll Warlord doesn't want to build a butterfly. I'm not sure how much further he can go.
Didn't he have a Scotty?
The Troll, no.
Are you sure?
No, he just had a Dominator that he built into Satanic. Scotty's on the Sniper.
I could swear I thought Shredder had one, but oh well. So he's got cheese in his pocket, and I guess can use that for the next fight. Right now, they really haven't found a way to get onto the Sniper either. Like, Shredder can't blink in, Shibby can't blink in. They're just met by such frontline force. Like, even Miscal is getting in the front too. Like, just to steal a spell and get the Sniper safe. How do you break this line? It seems almost impossible. The Van, the Viper, he's got himself a heart. He's had the Sage and Yasha forever. And
no cheese though.
So tough.
No cheese.
Yeah, where is that cheese? Shredder might have stole that cheese.
I really don't. They weren't really involved in the pit at the time.
I was owned by
Shibby.
Never mind, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it even says who was owned by. Okay, yeah, that was definitely the Queen of Pain's son. Which I thought, but we'll see. So you still can miss uphill even with MKB up against the tier 3 towers on the high ground. It's a little weird, and you can't headshot towers either, so that's annoying. But overall, they're still putting good structural damage, and they're going to force Leviathan to make a move very shortly.
Alright, blinking forward, looking for the kill onto Van here. The Death Ward is being channeled. Smash is taking a lot of that damage to the face. They blow up Mucho instantly. Call comes in onto Shibby. The Death Ward was still being channeled. Van has not died. And we do have Rubik stealing one spell away from the Troll, though. Smash is going to get turned onto, and it looks like they will bring him down. Ifrit as well, going to look to go down. He's got the Malediction on him, and he is gone. The respawn from Smash comes on in. Blinking forward, Shibby still looking for a kill on the Miscow. But Smash is going to turn around and show him what's what. Slowing him with the Scotty, but the blink comes on in, and that's a huge fight. They went Yep.
I was going to see some pursuit here. A nice blink forward. Mr. Cow
He
does
can't
not
run away.
have what he needs to get away, and
Yeah.
he is going to be falling as well. So Ghost Scepter will delay the inevitable, and that quick zap from Jacobs will finish it off, as well as clearing out the creep wave from Chibi. So they say, okay, let's force a buyback. Axe is the only one with it available, so that's the one they're going to try to take off the table. Once that Axe buyback comes out, they will need to fall back, but
Sure, just gonna cut off Smash.
They want to get more than what they had originally.
Oh
and
no. Slowed up.
I don't know. This is a tough kill. This really is, with the Axe buyback. Not coming yet, but soon.
Cask?
Axe, come on. No Axe, no win. Come on.
Smash is dead. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I really feel like they need it. I mean, this is essentially costing them the Sniper's buyback instead of Axes, and one certainly is more valuable than the other.
Do they pressure now? They go up high ground here.
Oh yeah, they came for buybacks. So they're gonna get buybacks, but I just really don't understand why it's the Snipers instead of the Axes.
Trying to force out Glyph as well. And it looks like they will. Buyback number 1, not used for the sniper. Okay, they're holding on to it.
Okay, but still Smash out of the picture for 60 seconds. They're going to be able to push the tier 2 if they want, or just claim the map for their own. Oh, courier ping. That is going to be a Radiant ping, so they will not lose it once again. That certainly would have been another point of frustration for them.
There's nothing on it anyway.
It's still, yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. Or 49 minutes, I guess it's not that big a deal to buy a flying courier, but you don't want to risk it. You just don't want those things to go up against you. You already have enough against you in this game, but okay, let's look at the recent pickups. We got a butterfly coming out for Van. It means he still has buyback. Actually, really good gold management and farm from him. He buys a butterfly while still having plenty of reliable gold. 1,000 reliable, 1,900 unreliable. Looking pretty sweet for him, but beyond that, really nothing to report just yet. BOTs, some really late game possibilities with that, but overall, they're just need to keep their dewarding up. Like I was going to talk about it, but obviously they went for the big chase. But in the middle of that fight, right beneath the tier 3 steps, 2 wards came out. Aggressive ward in the base, one outside, and they just emphasize vision inside those combat sessions, even though there's so much dewarding going on.
Surprisingly enough, they lose that fight. But what else? We Flying Zebra hasn't really thought about building anything near an Ags or anything like that. New Sham, he's got himself a Mystic Staff. So is he gonna get his own sheep stick? Going for Shivas maybe? Shivas here would be weird, especially on a Witch Doctor.
Both are fine. I mean, it's definitely weird, but I think it's okay. Reducing attack speed is pretty key against the sniper, and somebody's. I don't see anybody else that would be much more suited to build it, so I wouldn't mind it. But Hex is definitely your late game item go-to. And the cool thing about Shivas is you can actually use it while you're channeling. So if they approach you while you're casting the Death Ward, then you can give them what for, a little bit slow them down in their approach. But overall, it's still probably a Hex, and it's just looking for those big pickoffs. I mean, Shadowblade, Hex pickoff, you could find a carry in no man's land and just get a game-winning pickoff that way. Refresher Queen of Pain. Now this is easy.
That is... How much damage? Let's see. 980?
Well, I'm thinking double Hex, double BKB.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's the reason to go BKB, is when you can double it up as the game progresses.
I'm thinking double Scream, man. That's almost, it's half the sniper's health, about half of Ifrit's health, and not near as much to Van, but you're right. Double BKB, double Hex is pretty important.
Yeah, I mean, like, the pure damage is definitely notable, but it also costs a ton of mana. Obviously, 1,000 just for the spells, 375 for the ultimate, and she's not rocking that much intelligence, maybe tread swaps or something. But one thing you do talk about is, Echo Slam? Okay, Echo Slam on Flying Zebra, just walking around his jungle, but yeah, the sniper's mitigation was actually really high in that middle fight. At the time that he was taking the most focus in the fight, he had the last couple of seconds of that weave on him. And I was just watching his physical damage mitigation. It was actually up to 75% physical damage resistance towards the end of that fight, and he certainly could survive through anything physical. It's just that pure damage or just extended disables like hexes that will give him cause for concern.
All right, let's see. Are they going to run into each other finally? Jenkins scouting in with a Thunderbolt, and definitely not extending after seeing Smash. Don't want to run into that boy right now. He's got Daedalus, he's got Sanjin Yasha and MKB. He's gonna crit for a lot on these enemy heroes from Leviathan. Oh boy, that is very scary. Very, very scary sniper. How are the other items looking here? Have they finished the hex for Nusham? Not yet. The Earthshaker still got 1400 more gold in the bank. Just kind of save for buybacks at this point. If you die as a support, you can come back and defend the base. That'd be pretty good. And Roshan has about another minute on it left as well. So that'd be the fourth Aegis, or no, the fifth Aegis, excuse me, and Cheese. Oh boy, they're going hunting. They're trying to use these smokes. Both teams trying to use these smokes to get any kind of ganking advantage. Oh man, it's so close. This game could actually just blow up at any moment. And smoke's gonna break. Jenkins, Thunder God's Wrath, just to scout out a little bit. He's gonna find the courier. He's gonna use up Dazzle. But at the same time, we do have a jump in on the smash. They found the key player. They're going to take out the sniper. They do end up getting him. They got to back out, though. It's the question. Double call coming in from Ifrit. The channel of the ward. It's bouncing between everybody right now, doing so much damage. Nusham in the greatest spot possible. They get the scream out to Ifrit. He goes down to his death before the chop can even come out. Mucho Gusto getting stunned up as well, and he's dead. Buyback forced out from the sniper. He comes back into this fight, but it might be his death malediction out there. Shredder just clicking away, and it looks like Smash Joda. He's going to end up in the grave. Van is the only one to survive. Buyback down, and that might be GG.
Yeah, it's just insane positioning from Nusham, getting it so that they had to go for the spread. They had to try to avoid the bounces, but they're taking so much from all sides. And Leviathan really just made magic happen with that Fisher block. Smash getting caught out. Die backing now. There's no coming back. This really was on the edge of a knife. The tension was palpable, but we see it explode, and really just solid play from Leviathan. They made it work in the end, and you just gotta commend their ability to work together, to use their ultimates as they needed to, and no need for the refresher, no need for the echo. They just there
for show.
Just really good overall coordination, positioning, and a breakdown of Smash. Honestly, these past couple of days have been really hard for Smash Sama. He definitely is a playmaker still, but these past couple of days, he kind of looks like he's being carried by his teammates. He definitely needs to step up his game when it comes down to positioning and awareness of the game as a whole.
Alright, Deathward being channeled to Van. He's hexed up right now, doing a lot of damage. They do end up killing off Miskow, and they kill off Van, and that's game. Even with Van buying back, there's no way he holds this off. He's TPing back in onto 4, and he actually just gets stunned up instantly, so he's dead. Yule's up. Ifrit is here. BKB, they're still trying to hold, but Megas are coming in, and this game just seems all but over. You're going to see one chop at least come out from Ifrit, who had an amazing start to this game, but it just seems like they couldn't find anything. Just a safe play from Leviathan, just shut down NoT.TodaY, and then one good smoke finally ended it.
Well, one big issue is, like, if you just look at the net worth overall, like, these Troll having 29,000 is so much scarier than what you see below it. The 23,000 net worth on Sniper, he's very far behind. He needs so many items to really be in a competitive level in this game. He needs a BKB to deal with all these hexes. He needs to have good lifesteal like a Satanic, or even just the base Mask of Madness can sometimes be sufficient. And then he likes the Scotty. In this case, I don't even know if the MKB was necessary. Like, a BKB would take away the whirling, and there's no butterfly, though it's kind of denying the butterfly, I don't know. So I kind of like an endgame build like BOTs, Crit, BKB, Scotty, Satanic, MKB. If you don't go for the MKB, you can go for a Rapier, and I think that certainly would hold it. But the key thing is he doesn't have the farm for that. Like, throughout 56 minutes, he's still not capped, and a big aspect is just he's been dying a lot. I mean, he's been picked off many times, 7 deaths for the Sniper here, and Van has been taking the kind of 1 position despite the fact that Viper scales much less. Like, this is a Viper with a Butterfly, a Heart, Sanjin Yasha BKB, and 4,200 gold. But end of the day, you can get 6 slotted, 7 slotted as a Viper, and it's just not going to do enough in a late game scenario, generally speaking.
Well, he just picked up a Maelstrom too, so trying to get more damage out there. But there's no way they leave their base, and this game should be over.
Yeah, it's just for clearing out the Mega Creeps. Like, that's the only way that he stays competitive is by buying the Maelstrom, buying the Mjolnir, but it seems like it's just them playing Left 4 Dota 2. They're going to be pushed in by the zombies soon. These big, awesome-looking dire mega melee creeps are going in for the kill, taking the effigies with them.
And, alright, so we gotta think about game 2 now, Leviathan. Playing this one, although it was a little scary at times, but they played it pretty well. kept their advantage for the most part of the game. They're looking to initiate here from the NoT.TodaY side. They forced that forward. Jenkins is going to get caught out. So that should be one kill. The cask, actually not the cask, the Death Ward bouncing quite heavily, but again, all that armor stacking up from the Dazzles, helping them stay alive quite a bit. Shredder's in the back line. They killed off the sniper already, and alright, that should be the GG call from NoT.TodaY, and we should see game number 2 very quickly.
Poor Van, he really tried this game. He ended up selling his mechanism, his aghanims. He got all the farm. He had the right items at the right time, but his team as a whole just couldn't do enough, and the hero Viper just isn't a hero that really defines the 58-minute mark. So, game is hard, but Leviathan really earned this win. Some really great fights from them. I'd love to see a highlight reel on a few of those, and yeah, Leviathan take a well-deserved first win in this best-of-3 series.
Yep, so we're going to go to a quick break, guys, and then when we come back, we'll have the game set up for game number 2, possibly Leviathan going 2-0 for tonight. I'm EGAD, or EGADcast on Twitter, and joining me here is Blaze. I almost called you Brian. At Blaze Casting, you can find him, and we'll see you guys for next game, so see you soon.